10 Most Stupid Lottery Winners. Christina Godino. One day, Christiana decided to take a ticket for the $1 million jackpot lottery hosted by the Oregon Lottery, and she was delighted to find that she had won. She had won $1 million. What went wrong? Apparently, she bought the ticket using the credit card of her mother-in-law, who had passed away the year before. Considering this is unlawful, she lost all her winnings and was charged with multiple felonies, including fraud, theft, and forgery. Sharon Tirabassi. When you don't have money and suddenly win a $10 million lottery, it is understandable that you would want to splurge a little. But Sharon Tirabassi, a woman from Ontario, went ahead and spent every single penny that she had won. She bought a mansion, fancy cars, designer clothes, luxurious vacations and all the typical rich people's stuff. Very soon, she was out of money. And a few years later, she had to work part-time and live in a rented home with 6 children. Jose Antonio Cuartiosi. Jose Antonio Cuartiosi was an unlawful immigrant in Georgia when he won $750,000 playing the lottery. He asked his boss to cash the ticket for him as he wasn't a citizen. But the boss kept the money for himself, saying that he had given Cuartiosi money to buy the ticket for him. He also faced deportation after officials discovered his undocumented status. A lesson here is that don't play the lottery if you are not a legal citizen of that country. Amanda Clayton. She had been surviving on state welfare and food stamps for quite some time, but everything changed when she won a $1 million lottery. This money could have easily changed her life for the better. But some time later, it was discovered that Amanda was claiming her state benefits and food stamps even after becoming a millionaire. She was sentenced to 9 months probation and a fine. And unfortunately, a year later, she passed away from substance overdose. Denise Rossi. Denise filed for divorce when she won $1.3 million in a lottery. She did not say anything as she wanted to keep all the money to herself. But her husband, Thomas Rossi, eventually found out and sued her for violating state asset disclosure laws. He was given every cent of her $1 million jackpot. And Denise was left poor and single. Willie Hurt. William Hurt won $3.1 million in the Michigan lottery. But rather than utilizing that money to improve his life, he did the complete opposite. Within the 2 years of winning the money, he was in the middle of a divorce, which took a huge chunk of his money. He also lost the custody of his kids and he was also charged taking his girlfriend's life. Americo Lopes. A group of construction workers from New Jersey pooled their money, and a worker named Americo Lopes was told to buy the tickets. They won a whopping $38.5 million in the lottery. But he did not share the money with other workers. After winning, he quit his job and kept all the money for himself. After some investigation, he was taken to the court, where he was ordered to split the money with his 5 ex-co-workers. Evelyn Adams. Evelyn Adams won not once but twice. She won a combined amount of $5.4 million, but she was a compulsive gambler and lost most of her money in Atlantic City. She also shared her fortune with family and friends. Before she knew it, she was broke and living in a trailer park. It's good to be generous. But how do you win the lottery twice and still end up broke? Michael Carroll. Michael Carroll won a jackpot when he was just 19. He won around $14 million. As soon as he got the money, he spent it on fancy cars, a lakeside mansion, lots of narcotics and hookers. Due to excessive parking, he eventually ran out of money. And after he blew his fortune, he had to take a job in a biscuit factory. Justin Reiter. A young man from Alberta, Justin Reiter, was obsessed with the Austin Powers in Gold member. He wanted to coat his nether regions in gold, just like the film. He was able to turn his obsession into reality when he won the $600,000 in a lottery. He bought lead-based paint and achieved his dream of having shiny body parts. But shortly after that, he passed away because of the lead poisoning from the lead-based paint.